Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. We're out here. We're out here. We're out here. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. I appreciate every last one of you guys for tuning in. This is live, uncut, unedited, and I'm speaking right here on the south side of Chicago, people. Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. And I'm telling you, I've lived in Woodlawn. I've lived in Inglewood. I've lived in South Shore. I've lived on the west side. And I tell you, my eyes have witnessed a lot of crime. A lot of crime, people. A lot of crime. A lot of crime. I'm sorry. And I want to talk about the black communities. Chicago, what about the black communities? The black community, when I lived during the 70s, the 80s, I lived in the 70s, but the 80s, when we had that crack problem in our community, when crack was so prevalent the way it is with guns. Some of you wasn't born you was just born in the 80s. So I can tell you what happened in the 80s. In the 80s, we had a crack problem. Crack was everywhere. All the young people, including myself, we was able to sell crack. Get it. We buy an 8 ball or a 16th, 8 ball, quarter ounce, whatever to sell. You buy it, double your money. So that's how it was. And it's the same today with the guns. Somehow these guns are in our young people's possession. I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. But what I really want to talk about today is crime, but I want to talk about how you hear the white people on the north side talking about young men driving up, ambushing people, robbing them, taking their money, their wallet, taking their bikes and all that. Listen, white people, welcome to the world of the south side and the west side. We've been screaming for decades about robbery, prostitution, gangs, loitering, burglary. We've been screaming about that for a long time. We don't get the airplay like the white people do on the north side in these affluent neighborhoods. They get all the play all the time like it's a crime for them to get stuck up. But it's okay for those of us that's living in the black community. We talking about Woodlawn, we talking about South Shore, we talking about Auburn Gresham. Listen, we talking about Inglewood, we talking about Roseland, Lawndale. We talking about all these black, predominantly black communities. And we've been going through these things for a long time. Police misconduct, police putting guns on people, police planting drugs on people, police shooting people when their backs are turned, running away. We've been plagued with these problems. Now, all of a sudden, Chicago has a problem. You know why? Because crime don't discriminate now. The young people are not like the young people that was in the 80s and the 90s, even in some of the 2000s. These young people are going where the money is at. They are going to the affluent communities. That's where they're going. They say, well, why should we waste time robbing people in these bad communities that don't have no money, that's live from check to check? And we can go where the white folks at and rob them. Take their phone, get their credit cards, their car. That's how they thinking. And you know, back in our day, back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, a little bit of 2000, they wouldn't go downtown and commit crime or on the north side the way they doing it now. They won't do it. But all of a sudden, All of a sudden, young people are marching downtown, snatching stuff, grabbing stuff. I was just thinking about how about we get some of that immigrant money to some of our young people. Maybe that'll detour them from snatching and grabbing and carjacking and armed robbery and burglary. Maybe that'll do it. Maybe that'll do it. Come on, somebody talk to me. Talk to me. Tell me. See, that's what I'm talking about, people. This thing is real, people. It's real. We cannot afford allow people to come in our community and dictate us what we should be mad at and what we should allow in our community. We've been waiting on the police to fix this problem, the politicians to fix these problems in our community. Look like it ain't gonna happen. Now everybody want to complain about the robberies, the carjacking, the burglaries, the drive-by shootings. But it was okay when it was in these high crime areas. It was permitted. But now you hear the word, we got a problem. We, talking about we, Chicago, we've been had a problem in these bad areas. We've been had a problem in these low income areas. Where the rest of y'all been? People, I just made this video just explain to the white people, what you experiencing right now on the north side in y'all parking garages, the carjacking, the armed robberies, the burglaries, burglarizing your cars and all that, the snatch and grab. We've been going through that for decades. Decades. We've been going through all that. The only thing I got to tell you, welcome to our world. Now you see what we've been complaining about. It's no feeling when the rabbit got the gun, run, Charlie, run. I tell you, some of you downtown, you're paying $2,500, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month for rent, and you got to tolerate this high crime stuff. Say, take that back to the south side. Take that stuff back to the west side. But oh, it's coming to the north side now. It's coming by storm. We dealing with a new breed of young people. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. I'm not lying on nobody. White people, I don't know what to tell y'all. This is what y'all used to tell us. Well, the reason why you guys have crime in your community is because you don't like the police and you don't talk to the police and you don't snitch. So I wonder what's the problem with the white community now? All this carjacking and crime going. Are they cooperating with the police? Are they telling? What is it? That's what they used to tell us. That's why we have crime, because we don't call the police. And we know that's not true. We call 911 all the time. It's not our job to go get the criminals. That's not our job. Chicago, North Side, affluent communities, welcome to our world. The world of full of crime. The world of carjacking. The world of shootings. The world of burglaries. The world of drug selling. The world of looting. Armed robbery. Prostitution. Welcome to our world. You call those low-level crimes. But welcome to our world now. You're in our world. You're experiencing what black folks go through, what we go through now. That's what you're experiencing. So now